Taking those deep breaths. Setting back, tuning into yourself. Let the information take you to where you want to be. Making conscious self-care moves. Thank you for dancing and breathing with me today. Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, the one and only Conscious Self-Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. That's right, family. We got to rock the world. Making those conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation is essential for self-success. Taking those deep breaths. Moving that body, taking the time to tune into yourself during this hour.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm gonna make that change. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize.
There are some with no home, without a nickel to know. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone?
wanna make the world a better place, if you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and just make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Try to get it right while you got the time, 'cause when you close your heart, you close your mind. Na 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 na. Make that change. Oh yeah. Make that change.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Thank you all for joining me on the Friendship Train Ride. Conscious Self-Healthcare Moves, that's what we're making. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. And the view that I'm seeing and what I need to do, Lord knows I got to take a deep, 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 deep breath. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me this Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. Or do we say Wednesday Wellness? Taking a deep breath. The last 4 shows or 5 shows is based on me sharing the science of lithology with you from my training from the Academy of Lithology. And when you understand the lymphatic system, you understand the purification system of the body, how to keep your body in the dry state. So we're going to do a quick review, and then we're going to continue with talking about the language of love, like we shared the language of friendship last week. Sit back, family. Tune into yourself. Take your deep breaths. You may be back to lengthizing. You may just be in a meditation room. But do have an ear tuned into this talk while you're on the friendship train ride. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for sharing this show. Thank you for bringing someone else aboard the friendship train so they can become their own wellness doctor and know how to take care of themselves. Deep breaths now. The health revolution of the century. The blood proteins in the body stream leave the bloodstream, and if the lymphatic system does not retrieve them, they cause pain, suffering, and death by what is known as diseases. And you know we classify diseases as cellular malfunctions. The greatest health revolution of this century is the dry state, discovery made by Dr. Arthur C. Guyton in 1961. So we're currently talking about the lymphatic system, which is our purification system. We talk about the immune system, but what we want to talk about is the lymphatic system, so we can understand how to properly care for the human frame. The basic formulas for life and death is summarized in this statement. We talk about the tree of life, the tree of death, served forces. When we talk about the tree of life, we think about good, love, peace, health, and life. Prevention of what we talked about, trapped plasma protein. The mental, love, bless, do good, desire to give, all to bless others. Nutritionally, more fruits, vegetables, grains. And we know there's a people that don't like to eat meat, but we like to see fish. You will have no thirst, and your energy will be high. When we look at the physical, we're talking about taking those Deep, 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 deep. We're talking about breathe deeply and exercise properly. We're talking about learning how to lymphasize using a lymphasizer known as a trampoline to get high energy. When you look at the tree of death, we think of evil, hate, war, sickness, and death. Same cause of trapped plasma protein, the mental, shock, stress, anger, fear, loss of temper, holding grudges, resentment, and greed. When we think about the tree of death, we talk about nutritional, tea, coffee, liquor, tobacco, soft drinks, drugs, salt, sugar, fat, high cholesterol food, and too much meat. Then you become thirsty and you have lost the energy. When we look at the physical, being a shadow breather, and yes, family, we all are shadow breathers. That's why I intentionally talk about deep breathing all the time. Catch yourself and say, am I deep breathing today, or am I just been shadow breathing all day long? The stronger the breath, the stronger we support the lymphatic system with the breath of life. So don't be a shadow breather. Properly exercise, the best exercise to work with the body and the lymphatic system. It's being lymphasized, working on the lymphasizer. I want to thank you all for supporting each other back in the lymphasizing room. For those that come on board that cannot do the bounce themselves, the gentle bounce for health, I thank you all for going into that room, and just as you work for yourself to strengthen your lymphatic system, you strengthen someone else's by allowing them to put their feet on that trampoline, that lymphasizer, while you are lymphasizing. So thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. We talked about the language of friendship and peace last week. To love is to be a friend. If you didn't hear that show, you must go back and listen to that show. We talk about the art of expressing feelings. You have to be able to express your feelings so you won't hold things inside. Even though this week I was asked not to share my feelings on the situation that I am currently going through. And y'all know this is my real life radio show. And I am honoring myself by sharing what I go through each and every day and how I deep breathe and relax to support myself. But sometimes you have to speak. You have to let things out so they won't manifest in your body. But I was asked this week not to share my truth 100%. And because I honor the person that asked me to do this, I silence myself for a moment. But trust and believe and understand, I won't stay silent if it affects and have an effect on me. Self-preservation, loving yourself first, honoring yourself is the way that you choose to honor others by being truthful to yourself. So today we're going to talk about the 3 principles of love. Stand in the light of love, family. The first principle of love is to never criticize. And that's what I'm talking about, sharing your truth in a manner that you're not criticizing anyone for the situation that they are in and what's going on in your life if you're around that and that has an effect or an effect on you. What I say is not criticism. What I say is the truth. And we should be allowed to speak our truth openly. But as I share with you the principles of love, the first principle of love is to never criticize. Remember that. We must think of people as little children. As children learn to walk, they stub their toes, smash their fingers, and bump their heads. As they grow older, they fall and skin their knees while learning to ride a bike. But instead of criticizing them, we are excited when they finally learn to do things right. How are certain mistakes part of the learning process? In a way, all of us are little children, stubbing our toes, smashing our fingers, skinning our knees, and bumping our head. When we finally learn how to do things right, then our suffering isn't in vain or without success. When we learn to see ourselves and others as little children, we will never criticize. Instead, we will be filled with love and understanding and rejoice as we learn how to do things right. The second principle of love is to forgive everybody. Since all of us are little children, stubbing our toes, smashing our fingers, and bumping our heads, we need to forgive everyone, even ourselves. To forgive is also to forget, at least to the point that you do not make it a part of your conversation today and tomorrow. The third principle of love is to serve everybody. To serve everyone, we must think of ourselves and love them as much as our own children. We must do everything we can to help them become the best they can be. We must overlook their weaknesses and encourage them in their strengths. Our combined strength actually comes from our individual differences, and to help everyone reach their maximum potential is what life is all about. It is not what we are now, but what our potential is that makes us all so great. 3 principles of love. The first principle of love is to never criticize. The second principle of love is to forgive everybody. The third principle of love is to serve everybody. Well, we know how people feel about money. So the 2 purposes of money has only 2 useful purposes: to bless you and your family, to bless the lives of others. When we use money for any other purpose, it turns into evil. Money is the decoy that turns the hearts of many men and women away from health and peace, to the point that they are willing to serve the force of hate, war, sickness, and death to get it. And believe me, there are a lot of people that would do anything for money. So understand the purpose of money while you understand the principles of life. Those who will conquer disease and live in peace must learn to get anger, loss of temper, holding grudges, resentment, and critical attitude and greed out of their hearts. And that's why I say speaking my truth is speaking my truth so that my body can flow with energy, that my lymphatic system can work, that I do not stagnate myself, because I am not speaking in hatred. I am not speaking the language of holding the temper, holding the grudges, resentment. I am talking about sharing enough so my body will not get suffocated. That's why we take those deep breaths. So once again, when we use money for any other purpose, it turns into evil. Money is the decoy that turns the hearts of many men and women away from health and peace, to the point that they are willing to serve the forces of hate, war, sickness, and death to get it. Those who will conquer disease and live in peace must learn to get anger, loss of temper, holding grudges, resentment, and critical attitude and greed out of their heart. And I happily do that as I share. You know, family and friends, influencing families and friends to live the laws of health and peace. That's what I share with you on the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show, riding aboard the friendship train where we stop at our destinations and we support each other. We're building up more self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-honor, self-worth. Taking those deep breaths, setting back, relaxing, and tuning into ourselves throughout our day daily, focusing on the breath, the inner wealth of who we are. So influencing family and friends to live the laws of health and peace, that's what we're sharing with you right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. I'm Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis, folks, coming to you straight from the non-secular science of medicine that puts you in control of your choices of your life, learning anatomy, physiology, pathology, understanding how the body works, how the cells communicate, and your responsibility as the person that's moving this animated body here on planet Earth. Take a deep breath. It becomes the duty of everyone who learns about the blood protein research and the art of lymphosizing to teach their families and friends. If handling incorrectly, however, we may offend and possibly turn them away from this message. These are two things we want very much to avoid. Therefore, let's look at 3 ways that we can effectively influence, not force, push, nag, anything like that, our family and friends in a manner that they may gain a desire to obey the laws of health and peace. Example. By example is the most powerful of all teaching techniques. It is the way we all learn to walk and talk. It is the most natural of all learning methods. If we truly dedicate ourselves to living the laws of health and peace, then our family and friends will see the results in our life, and this will naturally draw them to want to learn more about the blood protein and the art of lymphosizing. By example is far more effective than talking. Actions, they say, speak louder than words. The greatest teacher of all have taught by example. Instead of saying, do what I tell you, they can say, come and follow me. And that is one of the main reasons why when I was asked to take down a post explaining what I'm going through right now and the support I need, but it made it look like I was talking against someone else because they didn't understand I was speaking the language of love, health, and peace. I took the post down. Taking a deep breath and finding another way to get the support that I need because someone couldn't understand what I was saying. So because of the love I have for self and them, I took the post down because it's the greater good of the things I want to occur. Guidance. Remember my poem, God, You, and I Dance. Powerful poem. Guidance. Guidance is providing constructive channels for behavior. All too often our focus, especially with children, is to constantly be harping on what not to do, while seldom, if ever, providing clear guidelines on things to do. We know from the blood protein research that when a child jumps on the bed or the couch, he is being obedient to his inner instinct to lymphosize. So jumping on the bed or couch is a good thing for the child. It is not, however, a good thing for the bed or the couch now. When using the principle of guidance, instead of just saying, stop jumping on the bed, we may go out and buy a lymphosizer and show them how to jump on it, a mini trampoline. We call it a lymphosizer when dealing with the science of lymphology. Guidance, God, You, and I Dance, is especially important in helping people to change their diet. It is not enough to say, don't eat these foods. Instead, we should give them the opportunity to taste some delicious prepared transition meals. In other words, provide them with something positive to do rather than just negative comments about what not to do. Now, this is proper guidance. Taking that deep breath, you know we only have 25 minutes because we love our music. So today, influencing family and friends to live the laws of health and peace. That's what I'm doing on the friendship train and an example in my life. Teaching. People like to eat when they are hungry, but resist force feeding. Resist force feeding. People like to be taught what they are curious about or interested in. They do not like to be force fed information. And that's why I don't do that. I welcome you aboard the friendship train. We don't force feed you information. We are here to accept it. And if this information is not for you, we make plenty of stops where you can exit off the friendship train. But you're always welcome back when you get back of the mindset. When we teach, we must serve the interests and needs of the person we are teaching. So you got to have an interest and a need. You got to be tired of sickness, death, and pain and suffering by disease, and understand the cellular malfunctions will happen and what we need to do to correct those cellular malfunctions. We should not just tell people what we think they ought to hear. Thus, we can write the first law of teaching, ancient Zen philosophy, as when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that's what we talk about on the friendship train. The teacher will appear. Family and community and friends, I invite you to go back and listen to the last 5 shows to support yourself. The language of friendship and peace is where I'm at right now, as my life takes a turn that it was totally unexpected. I share my truth, and I would just say it's been a rough 4 months, but I'm walking in peace and love. Been living in a hotel, spending a lot of money, not able to do the things I need to do and want to do for myself, but I'm taking a balance, and I'm praying that the light of love will shine on the family that wants to support this person, and everything will balance out right, that my life will get back on track that I like as I lengthasize, so I won't get trapped lipoprotein in my body as I keep smiling and balance out the energy and truth. No fake, no phony. I am feeling stress, but I'm balancing out because I am aware and I am taking positive action. And that's what we have to do in our lives. Take positive action. So family and friends, you know I reformatted the show. We got music at the end. We got It's Okay, It's Okay, It's Okay. We got a talk by Reverend I that talks about the foundation of health. And so I get about 25 minutes to talk. And I'm 21 minutes in this, and I want you to listen to a new song that I like, that I heard. Stand in Light. We're talking about the light of love. So thank you for joining me this week. Make your comments, reach out to me, and have a beautiful, 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 beautiful week, because people love the spring and the summertime, and we are now in that time. Peace and love, family. Thank you for joining me. Once again, I'm Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis, folks, coming to you straight live from the non-secular science of medicine, sharing the truth about the power of the lymphatic system. Peace.
Stand in the light. Stand in the light, my friend, stand in the light of love. Stand in the light of love. I was walking underneath a cloud, stormy weather in my life. You know, my spirit and my soul was dark. I was carrying a broken heart. But then a friend came by and rescued me, helped to get me back on my feet. And now I stand in the
Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnosis are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain. Not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com, the number 4CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation, 202-248-7749. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified anthologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forcelllife.com. The number 4, the word cell, CELLLIFE.com. Hey, we gotta help one another.
In the summertime, I changed my name thinking that it would change my mind. I thought that all my problems, they would stay behind. I was a stick of dynamite and it just was a matter of time. Oh dang, oh my, now I can't hide. Said I knew myself, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I wrote 100 pages, but I burned them all. Yeah, I burned them all. I blow through yellow lights and don't look back at all. I don't look back at all. Yeah, you can call me reckless, I'm a cannonball. I'm a cannonball. Don't know why I take the tightrope and cry when I fall. Oh dang, oh my, now I can't hide. Said I knew what I wanted, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. It's alright. Oh, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Oh, it's alright. Oh, it's alright. Be lost sometimes. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Yeah. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright.
God is my life. That's my favorite healing affirmation is this one. God is my health. Say that. God is my health. Say that again. God is my health. The third time. God is my health. And that ought to be your word that you keep in your heart and that you affirm in your heart every day. So, healing is really the realization that you are made whole from the beginning. You see, you are cut from the perfect pattern. May not look like it. You may not act like it. You may not talk like it. That's why you experience otherness. But you're cut from a perfect pattern. That's why Jesus said, be you therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Not another human religious perfection. The religious perfectionists miss it because they try to make another perfection. You cannot be perfect apart from God. You can't be anything apart from God, because there is nothing apart from God. See, that's the illusion that is called the devil. And it is that illusion that torments you. Healing all lameness of man, of mind. You see, the text that is going to be read in just a few moments is about a lame man being healed. That's exoterically. But esoterically, it is the lameness of mind that is being healed. It is a partiality of mind that is being made whole. It is a disability of the mind that is being made able. It is a poor man that we're going to read about in the text also, because this man sat at the beautiful gate. He couldn't get any further. Why? Because he had not activated his faculties of faith and love. See, you've read that 3rd chapter of Acts for years and years and years. They never told you this. Why was the man lame? And what is it that causes a man or a mind to be lame? Failure to activate the spiritual faculties of faith and love. Where's that course on the 12 disciples? by river night. You see, the 12 disciples in the Bible are really 12 spiritual faculties of man, of mind. But there are two of these faculties which, if you do not activate them and nourish them and strengthen them, you will not be able to enter into the beautiful gate, and you will always be lame, disabled, poor, and dependent upon materiality.
Greetings, everyone. Are you still taking care of your human body field cellular malfunctions from an outdated healthcare system? Why not shift out of chronic disease care, stress, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and surgeries, and step up to energetics, epigenetics, and quantum health and healing with me? Step up and take control of your health journey. I offer you one free human body field voice scan from your computer or phone, instant access to your scan results, and more free quantum health information. For more details, visit ConsciousSelfCare.com. ConsciousSelfcare.com, or call Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, 202-248-7749. Yes, it's time to be your own wellness doctor.
I just want to discuss a few things with you. We're all under a lot of stress. We get a lot of stress for what's going on socially. We get stress from the news reports about crime, about murder, about terrorist threats. So we're getting a lot of stress. We get stress from our relationships, our jobs, going back and forth to work, or back and forth not finding work. Either way, we're getting a lot of stress. And there are things we can do about it. We can pretend that it doesn't exist, which will not help you whatsoever. Your body reacts to stress. That much you must know. You hold a lot of tension in your muscles, which can cause your back to be out of line. Stress can cause you to eat things you should not eat. You may have a lovely love affair with McDonald's and other creatures that harm you. Stress can alter your diet. It can have impact on your relationship. Usually, when the economy gets bad and stressful, divorces go up, breaking up relationships increase, children's behavior misbehave. All of these things are a result of stress, and we must find a solution, a natural solution, aside from the junk food, aside from the alcohol, aside from the drugs, aside from the sex addiction, aside from the game addiction, aside from all of these text messaging addictions. We need to find an alternative to these stresses, and nature is the best way to go. That means you must learn to deep breathe, exercise, do relaxing times in your day, time out to relax yourself and to love yourself outside of the stress. Now, I'm not going to say it cures everything, but it will help if you're more mindful of the impact of stress on you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and with your relationships, and of course with your diet.
quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution, staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities. Knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show right here on NLI Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis, folks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self-Health Care Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next Wednesday.